Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Reincarnated as a podcaster. I am your host for today, the Ed Boy. We are joined by two guests at the same time. We have the Eric again.
No, it's not again because this comes from before, right?
Oh, is this before?
Yes.
This is Eric the prequel.
I'm me, but different.
You'll see him here and later.
And we have Michael here with us, ruminiac.
Yeah, ruminiac Michael. Still anonymous. You'll never see my face. A little bit.
Okay, I'm taking pictures, guys.
Unless
They'll be in
The funny thing is, like, the prequel episode you're talking about, I walked in front of the camera, so you know what? I'm just like, if they really want to try to see me, they can. If they really want to,
They
pause
can see
that.
off of the reflection from the water. And
Yeah, they'll figure it out if they really want to
Don't
try.
worry, I'll blur it as you pass by. Don't worry about that, man.
The sequel has a cameo. But today, because it is the end of the year, we are going to talk about our top 3 and bottom 3 anime of the year. Maybe.
Hopefully.
And we're just going to shit on all our tastes because, you know, it's all garbage.
It's going to be a shame on one of mine. I can't wait to see the comments.
Demon Slayer's a 4.
wow, fucking spoiler alert, dude. Say this on your own channel.
Coming out the gates
You guys have to
firing.
deal with the comments later.
I read them, I'm like, that's a good one. I like that one. Click save. Read that later.
Tell me you didn't like the new Sword Art movie?
I did like a 5-minute review on it, so yeah, maybe like a 3-minute review on it.
I think what we should do is we get all the bad comments and start, you know, like cam girls put names on the back. You know, put the bad comments.
Just write them on you too, because they do that too. You write them on.
Let me write the paragraph on you real quick.
If it's really spicy, you can get it on the body.
So,
streamer.
For $10 a month, you could have your comments on my chest.
we are going to begin with our bottom 3.
If you pay the live subscription, I'll get it tattooed on my body.
That's only $5.
What? But yes, bottom 3.
Who wants to start?
I can start, I guess.
Okay.
So
Number 3.
I have 2 for number 3 because I'm gonna put
Jeez.
God damn it.
most disappointed was Detective's Already Dead.
Oh, okay.
So the show started off, I thought, pretty spicy. It's an hour-long episode. It had it had a good action scene, and then it just took a left turn and did something different. And I'm like, disappointed.
I just remember another show I hated. Never mind, thanks.
You're welcome. And then for my number 3 is it's like Joran and the Snow Blood Princess.
Oh, that you remembered.
Yeah.
I just hated that. Like, the show also had a cool art style. It was like old school looking, and I was like, oh, this is pretty good.
The transformation sequence was pretty good.
The transformation sequence was amazing. But I was like, Eddie, I think you'll like this. I kept watching, like, you won't like this. It's just a bad show.
I wouldn't say it's bad. It's like mid. It's very mid.
It's mid, but
Like-
I think most of my at least those 2 shows for 3 are disappointments.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, they had a good start, and then they just kind of went somewhere.
Yeah.
You know,
I couldn't finish Detective. I got like episode 5. I'm like,
That's-
you know what?
I got to episode 3 and you were like,
I'm
nah.
like,
That's what
I know what this is going to be. I'm not interested in it.
Mm-hmm. That's why I put it as, like, my most disappointment, because it started off just good.
How did it end?
I didn't watch it.
Damn.
Yeah, I didn't like it either.
That's why I put it as disappointment and not bottom.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I think it ends with like him kind of accepting the new girl as like her own
Her.
thing, and also like seeing her like for herself, and
I
like
can see that.
accepting moving on from like where he's at, and also still acknowledging that he did have feelings for the first one.
Because I picture the show as like was it 02, where the character everyone
You guys
loved.
talk about 02 so much. Do we? Yeah, there's been like 6 episodes you guys
I
talk
think it's
about.
one of those shows where it's just a disappointing show.
Yeah.
It's easy
where,
to shit on.
Where she was such a good character, and then they just got rid of her, and you're like, oh, okay.
02?
Don't worry about
Darling in the Franxx.
Oh.
it. Because I had to. Again, I had to catch up on you guys' episodes because I didn't get the notifications. I binged a couple of them, and you guys talk about it quite a lot, dude.
Just a tad.
We probably do.
Just a tad.
But
I was thinking of like a shitty movie called The Two. I just watched recently.
No,
Anyway,
no.
my number 3. So I want to hear my disappointment. It's
Okay.
called Farewell, My Dear Kramer.
Okay.
It's like the
Oh,
cute
the
girls
soccer
playing
show.
soccer or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ass. The prequel movie, amazing. The actual show, ass.
Watch the movie.
Watch the movie. For my number 3 was Remain.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
the water polo show.
You
Yeah,
watched that?
yeah, I agree with that. I forgot about that show.
Good.
No, it's not that good. Yeah.
No, it's awful.
Yeah.
The show turns off where, it's a sports anime about water polo, so you're like, it's going to be okay.
They don't play until the last episode.
They don't play, and then
Yeah.
he has
Amnesia.
amnesia, so he forgets like 3 years of his life or something, and then he comes back. He's like,
Well,
nice.
he was like in a coma.
A
bit.
coma,
He was in a
that's what it was.
coma, and he could remember like the last memory was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
And he was like the best in Japan at the moment. So when he came to, he's like, I don't know how to play this game, but I
Yeah.
guess I like it, so I'm gonna try it again.
And he said he came out off as like a nice guy, and then just he starts getting memories, and he's just like, I'm a dick. I'm just gonna keep being a dick now. And
Yeah.
He was
So
like,
yeah, he gets his memories back, and then he becomes a dick. And then he's like, "Oh, my other me was right. I should be nice to people." I'm like, "Oh my god."
I don't remember how it ended.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
just
saying.
not good.
I forgot I watched it, to be honest.
That's why I don't watch anime.
That's a good thing. You don't.
Just to stay away.
Because I remember like all those experiences watching shitty shows, and I was
Yeah.
like, no, dude, it's not worth it. Like, if I'm gonna get mad, I'm at least gonna get mad at like teammates in a game or some shit,
Mad at real people.
Get mad at League.
or literally anything else. Yeah,
I agree with you.
sounds
on
awful.
Yeah.
It was number 3.
I just came up with a number 3
three. Yeah, number 3.
that I just remembered. after
Okay.
you said that
Yeah.
one.
we stir the memory.
Yeah, we started the memory. I only watched half of the show.
That's all you need.
It was Kabaddi.
Kabaddi, I will argue. What
the fuck show was that?
Kabaddi's decent.
Professional
the show.
tag.
Kabaddi's decent.
It's a sports anime about this weird tag wrestling sport that exists in Japan,
It's Southeast Asia.
Southeast Asia. Yeah.
So
Same
basically, what
This
you
is a
do
prank.
is you tag,
This is a
you
prank.
tag a person, then run across the line, and you get a point. But there's
Yeah.
like 5 people
Try to
defending.
stop you.
If you
there.
Yeah.
watch real life highlight videos, you get pretty hyped.
Why not? I'd rather just watch the current shit that we see with like you guys seen the French league stuff where they have like the obstacle course and you fucking just jumping
yeah.
over
Yeah,
everything.
yeah, yeah.
That
Like
shit's
parkour
high.
tag.
That
Virtual
shit-
tag,
yeah,
whatever
that
it's
shit's
called,
high.
yeah.
That
I
shit's
love
high.
that. But it's like that if they're trying to kill you while you're doing it.
Yeah, basically.
And then there's a guy that just has to be like Kabaddi, 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 Kabaddi.
Oh
That's
yeah,
the
like,
entire
it's
thing.
like you have to keep on saying goodbye,
Yeah.
goodbye, goodbye, or else you like lose or something like that. It's,
Yep.
It's just shitty sports anime.
I'm not
Is what it
defending
is.
that. All the half you didn't watch is pretty good.
I'll defend it also.
Yeah,
That's the
same
other
here.
half.
But that fucking other half should have been at the beginning of the show.
But I think it was pretty funny the first episode of him trying to become a streamer or anything like that too. But like
my
you're trying to
gosh.
keep anonymous and it's like, no, you're not.
I
Stop
just-
streaming.
I'm like, why do I have to? Why do I don't watch anything. I'm watching this thing.
The issue is it's a 2 out of 10 for the first 7
Yeah,
episodes,
yeah.
and then it's like an 8. But that makes it to like a 5.
Yeah.
You're like, eh.
I just remembered it right now after you said the sports one. I was like, fuck that show.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually defend him on this side because like a show shouldn't take 5 episodes to get decent.
No,
What the
it
fuck?
shouldn't.
No.
But there's worse. That's what we're saying.
True.
It's like One Piece when you have. Oh, well, sorry.
Oh.
It has so much potential, but like they just keep explaining the rules every episode. I'm like,
Yeah.
like I
It's
get
like-
the gist. Like you don't have to explain
Play
it to
the
me.
damn game.
Oh no, I hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
We all hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't watch it. That's why I don't watch anime.
Yeah.
But it's just-
Yeah.
You should read it.
He's like, no.
Oh, phew, there's a way to read it. Just read the subtitles. Just give it the subtitles.
There's a transcript. Of that.
just take it to a fucking improv class and fucking give it to them. Like, all right, we're going to reenact this scene.
I'll write a light novel for you. On the show.
A manga.
Oh, shit, dude. It's
I can't
awful.
draw. I can't do a manga. I can't
No.
do a light novel.
Do you have a bottom
It's
3 or
fine.
did you not find anything?
Oh yeah, for my bottom, for number 3, I put Senrai.
Oh, it's a
Gensuke?
Senrai Gensuke. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
Gensuke.
I understand that
It's
one.
awful. It's like a fucking isekai thing where like the guys had like a rough romantic life. He's fucking disattached from his friends and shit. Dies in a bus accident the first episode and becomes like a super OP character type of shit. And slowly starts remembering who he is, right? Then then he runs into a couple people. He's like, oh wait, this person reminds me of someone else. Turns out she is the other person. And then and he just runs into a bunch of past life people and stuff. And like honestly, it's so fucking disinteresting because like the character doesn't matter. He doesn't fucking matter. He's just insert male protagonist here, insert male projection here. And
I mean, he is that because I read like the first book, I think, or something on that one, and he's very much he is the stereotypical self-insert character, with everybody else being women, right? So
it's like, have you seen the Fruit of Evolution?
Unfortunately,
yes, yeah, I have.
Is it like that?
Worse. Because like the Fruit of Evolution knows it's a meme. Knows it's shippers. This one tries to act tough. It's I don't like the Fruit one though, to be honest, because like it's so goofy, dude. It's so stupid.
Have me watching every week. I'm like, what's gonna happen?
Those shenanigans are doing. The fucking donkey girl. That's so funny, dude.
What animal's gonna turn into a girl?
It's funny too, because like in the comics where they're at, like they're setting him up to be like I don't know. I didn't finish the show yet. So for the last couple episodes, but like they're setting him up to be like a not the shitty show I mentioned, but the Fruit of Evolution one. They're setting him up to be like a teacher for like the other students that came through. But like where he's at now, he's like, the fuck, these guys are awful. You guys suck. Like I don't need this shit. Well, like why did I get bullied by you guys? You guys suck.
Weak.
So funny.
Yeah, but I know where you come from. Yeah, I agree. I didn't watch it, but I know what it is. Yeah.
We get you.
I agree.
Yeah, of course. I do agree.
Obviously.
What's your number 3?
Yosuke.
Number 3.
I'm doing that Yosuke show.
Yosuke?
Oh, I had that on my list.
The
Samurai
Netflix,
one?
the Netflix one. That weird adaptation of Yosuke. Ugh.
It was interesting. I started it and I was like, why'd they go this way?
I know that's the same vibe I got. They're trying to be too much like Afro Samurai in a way.
Yeah.
Like it feels like a lamer adaptation of Afro Samurai.
Isn't it directed by the Boondocks
By
guy
me.
though?
I did
So what you're telling me is this guy's like 0 for 2 on anime.
Netflix,
Hey man, I tried.
You got banger music in your shows? I'll give you that.
Because what was that other one? The other one we watched?
Cannon Busters?
Yeah, Cannon
Yeah,
Busters.
Buster,
Yeah. So he's 0 for 2.
He's
Is
such
what
a
I'm
cool
hearing.
dude too. He's such a
know,
cool dude.
That's what I've been saying. That's what I've been
Oh
saying.
my god.
But 0 for 2. No, I'm just kidding.
Like there's so much though
someone looks
I
bored.
wanted to like on Yosuke. Like Flying Lotus was doing the music. I love Flying Lotus. He's an artist I always liked. And it just
Like the weird power stuff that went on
it just
too.
went too weird. Like it wasn't like an adaptation of Yosuke, like the story in a way.
So it wasn't like historical.
It wasn't.
No.
It wasn't.
No.
Does it go like to the future or some bullshit? And there's like
It's so weird. Like they try to play around that whole entire. Oh, it's future, but it's also not future. Like I said, like in Afro Samurai, but it's just they don't do it right. They go too crazy and just no. It's just no. Don't watch it.
I think
I was so disappointed.
I gave it like a 6 or a 5.
Yeah, I gave it like a 4.
Yeah.
It's just because I was like, I'd rather watch.
I like how you're
else.
shitting on this. You're like, I give it a 4. Like, dog, give it a 2, dude.
No,
Shit on it.
I have a 1 and a 2 on this list that are a lot more disappointing.
Least shit.
This is the
Yeah,
least.
this is like the least shitty, honestly. Like I still was enjoying it, but I was disappointed. Of like, okay,
is that show you forgot you watched until you're like looking at a list of shit and you're like,
Yeah.
fuck, I
yeah,
forgot I watched
that's
this
here.
garbage.
Yeah, oh, that thing on my
I just
shoe.
don't watch
Gotcha, I forgot about it.
Just easier that way. But good thing about Netflix, you watch it at like 1.5 speed.
Oh yeah, you can
And then
do
you
that.
try to speed read. Like, damn.
Wait, why are you doing that? You're dyslexic.
You only need like every other word. There's like, the. Shit.
Double down. Like, I already can't read it.
What I do is I just watch in Japanese. No worries. I just look
Just
at the screen. I'm like, he's samurai. I understand.
He said, "Watashi wa." I get that.
Arigato.
I got that one.
Sorry, my son. I don't understand the rest of it. Awful.
Exactly. Garbage show.
Right, number 2.
So I had Remain, but I don't want to overlap with you.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go a little bit spicier. I'm gonna put Sunny Boy as.
Okay, I'm fighting that one.
That's fine. I couldn't find. I was like searching through shit, and I'm just like, I'm gonna put Sunny Boy.
Dude, what the fuck happened to that show?
Okay, look. To be honest, I had to read.
You had to read to make sense.
Read for context.
Didn't we have this conversation where like something shouldn't rely on third party source?
But as soon as someone explained to me, I was like, okay, I get it now. I see the pieces.
Like, I kind of understood where it went, but it just... There's a lot of stuff I feel like that was in between episodes, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I get it.
It was like, oh, this character died. When? Oh, in between the episode. You're like, where am I supposed to find that?
Like the other day, we watch it. I'm like, what?
Do you know what the show is?
Is that the dude with the blade? Dude with the sword?
No. Okay, so I mean, the best way to describe this, it's like it wants to be like a Masaki Yusa Science Saru show. Kind of like things like a Ping Pong the Animation or like Tatami Galaxy, stuff like that. So it kind of wants to be that. It's a Madhouse show, but it's not.
Look, I'll say this. I got more into it during like the last few episodes. Because it got a little more
It
like...
got better.
It got more focused. But like the first 7 episodes...
It took too long.
I was just like, okay, what are we doing here? What's this up? And then like so the last few episodes, I'm like, okay, now I think I know what you're telling me. So I get a better understanding of what the first few episodes were.
The issue I had is, well, I remember when we first watched it, like we watched the premiere on the 2 episodes back to back, and they were like, it's amazing. I'm like, it's pretty good. My worry is it's going to be a show where it's going to be a character per episode showing me their powers. And
I
it
remember
starts
seeing
like
that,
that. And then I'm just like, then it does change at the end, but I'm like, it's too late.
When we watched that premiere, I thought it was unfinished episode because the sky's black. We're like, but did you not fucking put the back? I'm like, it's unfinished.
They forgot to put the skybox.
No, it's just the back.
That's just what the world is, dude.
I guess that was, dude.
It's a void.
It's just a void.
So is that one random guy? Is he God or an angel or whatever? Because they tease like that he's something, but he's nothing.
Yeah, like
I'm nothing.
it's sort of nothing wrong.
I'm nothing.
Like I gotta rewatch.
He
It's been
can
a
be
while,
nothing.
but like from my understanding, like he's sort of it's just more of teaching the lesson of being able to move on and everything like that of every character's lesson. It's been a while. I need to like rewatch it. Not rewatch it. For me, it's been a while. Look, when you watch like 20 shows per season, your brain just
You
pops.
forget things.
I forget the mediocre shows.
I do think it's mediocre, but
Yeah.
he stole my
I used to do that.
No, I don't. Yeah,
When
someone
was
Like,
a
I don't think it's that bad, but I get the criticisms of it.
I'm not gonna lie, it's if you look up top 10 animes of the
It's
season,
always- it's like it's
in
there.
like everybody's.
Yeah.
I don't know why. So
Because
I'm not just too dumb, maybe.
I think it's one of those. I think it's one of those like shows that you're like, I'm cultured. I should
Yeah.
like this because it's like wanting to be artsy.
Oscar bait?
Yeah,
It's not white people shit, dude. It's like when they're trying to say, "Oh, you Latinx, get the fuck out of here." It's not gonna give me this cultural shit.
Yep.
It's like Evangelion. Let's say it like that.
It's not wrong. It's not wrong.
It does scratch
That
into that
doesn't say it's
territory.
it's like I'm
Yeah.
artsy. I watch Evangelion.
Uh-huh,
I watch
yeah, yeah.
Sunny Boy.
Uh-huh.
I get the underlying
Yep.
meaning of all of it.
Yep.
See?
I understand. I don't fucking. It's like the people that like look at abstract art, you know, like modern art.
yeah.
Like I understand why this is. I understand why this blank canvas sold for $5 million.
It's subjective.
Dogs on a campus.
I hate it too because like I come from like the schoolhouse of thought where it's like the artist had to have some sort of intent when it goes into that. Some sort of intent.
Uh-huh.
So if they're just blindly doing something, it's up to them to interpret. Motherfucker, you telling me you just fucking threw shit on the fucking canvas and you're expecting us to make up for your shit?
I picture what they did is they have 2 canvases. They made a painting, and you know how you do like splotches to get your color right. They did that on the other one, and they looked there like, this is a good painting. This is art.
This is the one I'm gonna sell.
You're like, what?
It's like NFTs.
You think I can make like just a blank NFT and sell it for millions of
You know,
dollars?
yeah,
now you mentioned it,
yeah.
Bob does look like the board monkey NFT.
That's sold for so much money.
Damn.
I had it so
Here,
much.
my number 2
Yeah.
is Peach Boy Riverside.
Oh, I didn't get to watch that one.
I
The
didn't
one
see
with the
that.
sword.
Yeah. Is that funny?
Yeah. He's like, that's the one with the sword.
Yeah.
It's,
You were close. Head boy.
So, all the episodes are like out of order,
Oh no.
but it still like makes sense if you think about it.
It's like Sunny Boy. Yeah. Okay.
But then they also released another version of the same show in chronological order, just to, piece the fans like, hey, this is how it's supposed to go. But the original run wasn't. It was just bad. Story was not interesting.
It's
All the characters suck.
just basic
Just
garbage.
basic,
I
yeah.
think the silence.
Wasn't
speaks
even a good
words.
like shonen.
It's a show I don't.
Yeah, it's
wouldn't
a
touch
show,
with a
yeah.
stick, so.
Nice.
Are you touching other stuff with sticks? Why are you touching stuff with sticks, dude?
I
That's
touched
kinda-
my
that's
dick
kinda
with a
weird.
stick.
All right. My number 2.
That's why you're single.
Hey, I have the stick.
Number 2. I picked a girlfriend.
Oh, how dare you?
It was gonna be on my list, and then he sent it to me. I'm like,
That show was a cultural reset, dude.
Yeah, are you kidding me? God. Girlfriend is peak fiction.
I'm ready
Fiction?
for. I'm ready for his defense over here.
Oh,
I think he's memeing, dude.
no way.
I don't know, man. This is this is one of the few shows I watched this year.
I
Sure, I
remember-
watched it at like 1.5 speed because he would watch it.
I watched it. I'm just like, scared,
Were you?
scared.
Oh, come on. It was
I'm like,
so dumb. I
it's
loved
so
it.
cringy.
Oh, I love it.
Oh my
Because I've
God.
seen like that cringy type of like weird romance show, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I did go through When a Girlfriend, which is probably the same. It's in the same vein.
I have that on my list.
Okay, yeah, all right.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's in that same
Probably.
vein. But I mean, it's just so dumb. It's just so dumb.
I love it. It's so
But-
dumb.
No.
You
See,
should
they're
watch
so
Aho
dumb
Girl.
it's good. This doesn't make it that far. This
Oh,
doesn't
I
pass that point.
I will
It's
argue.
just dumb.
I will argue. I think it's better than Aho Girl,
Yeah. No,
but
What do you mean, dude? He German suplex the fuck out of her.
it's a different comedy. That's the thing.
well, it is.
That's the problem. Like Aho Girl is really.
It's the same writer. It's the only reason
Yeah,
why I'm
it's-
going
yeah.
off it.
Aho Girl is like 10 minutes or like 5 minutes of just
Yeah.
like an episode, so you can be like,
Are they
okay.
short episodes?
Oh, they're
I
short
can't-
episodes. No, they're short
My
episodes.
brain was just like, I don't know what I
I'm pretty
watched.
sure they're 20-minute episodes though.
Are they?
I think so.
Uh-huh. I think they
Look
are
it up.
full ones.
I think
It's
it's
like
just
so good.
I think it's just like each episode
I
just has small like
swear it was like
little vignettes.
I swear,
Bless
like I guess I could
Thank you.
I could be strong. No, girlfriend was bad, but it was so bad
so
it was
bad.
good for me. It was so
I-
bad. It
I
was
don't
so
know.
good.
I tried.
Oh no, they are 12 minutes.
Yeah, they are
I
tw-
tried reading that one like a year and a half or so ago, and I was reading them like, what? Who?
No, I
No.
I think it's because of the voice acting and the character expressions. They
guess.
they do sell it a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, sure, but fuck, man.
But I think it's just so, like I said, it's just everyone was running on a one brain cell, and you like one brain cell comedy like I do, and you like it. That's what I'm getting at. It's just like,
Okay, so on my anime list, Girlfriend's a 6.66.
Hey.
And Aho Girl's a 6.82.
See?
So I guess I'm wrong. I'm sorry. This is my apology.
Yeah. When are you gonna apologize for One Piece? That's the one that matters.
Look, we'll have our One Piece episode where I'll just tape you down to a chair. Just describe how great it is.
I thought you were gonna say it's like an apology video, like a fucking PR move, like
No.
We have like the grayscale filter.
Just for you, I'll watch like 10 episodes.
it's like a BP.
I mean, it'll be
roast
hooked
type
and you'll
of-
just keep watching it. I already have a friend who says, I'm not watching One Piece. I'm like, good. See you tonight for 5 years.
Oh no.
Hey, they watched Black Clover because of me. And they
Oh
were-
no.
Why would you
In
do that?
English
to
or-
someone?
Oh.
I think they
Is it
watched
better?
a dub. Or not, a subbed.
If I say, is it better in English or better in...
He has a raspy voice. It sucks.
Look,
It's
there might be a top 3 mention of Black Clover. Who knows?
Dude, I watched. I think I watched 6 episodes of Black Clover. And this voice, I can't do it. Can't.
We'll have a Black Clover episode too. I can just talk. I'll just have an episode where Rumiak comes in and just describes all the long running anime.
no.
We got you.
Yeah, our homie Kevin from not the Asian one, but the one we knew from junior high with the crazy hair.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was telling me that he got into Black Clover, and he told me like the first like 13 episodes were rough, but after that, I got pretty good because like the story got pretty decent. So.
I say
I've
like
been
the first
tempted to read it.
the first 30 episodes
But-
are rough.
Yeah.
I hate to say it like that, but after the first 30 episodes, it gets so good.
You said 3 or 30.
He said 30.
I said 30. That's the way I describe it, because like the first 30 episodes, it's like a standard shonen that's like trying to rush through everything.
Yeah.
But as soon as like after episode 30, where they're like, oh, now we're going to explain everything. Oh, the Wizard King. We actually get to see him fights and everything, do all this cool shit against.
The Wizard King's a bitch.
He's
No, he's pretty strong, dude. He's pretty.
No,
I saw that clip. I saw that clip.
Julius is king, man.
Would you like to
The
do your
thing he
apology
does.
video now?
He's
Or you
the
want to
bad
do it
guy
later?
of the story.
I'm gonna fight you.
Number 2.
Yeah, go ahead. Give me how
because
this
they gave us the
fucked over.
second season of it. I put the quintessential quintuplets.
Oh, okay.
I
Did
don't
you
want-
watch that?
I did watch that.
It's standard
Yeah.
male eye candy shit. It's like, I'm gonna project myself to have 5 girls I like. Kind of a shit. The logic is dumb.
Uh-huh.
Like the fact that like
Because he's like a tutor, right?
Yeah.
yeah. But he's
Does he
he's,
live
he's
with
a
them,
tutor,
though?
but he's their peer because he goes to the same school with them,
Uh-huh.
and he's the same age as most of them. It's just that he has better grades, and because he has such good grades, these rich girls want to have him as. Oh my god! And the fucking storyline they try to push at the end, where it's like, because I don't know where the show actually ends, but like having read it, because I'm like,
Yeah.
why does this end? Fucking like they pushed the idea of like, oh, he's gonna find the one that he promised himself to. Finds her, ends up marrying someone else anyway. So it's like, okay.
Wow.
And then when he marries her, after he gave us that whole he's marrying her and shit, the next chapter is just like that was all a dream type of thing. It's
Shut
like,
the fuck up.
Oh,
yeah, dude.
no.
So it goes back to the envy. So it goes back to after all that, after him having a vacation, fucking marrying the one, whatever else, and having this whole heartfelt thing. Afterwards, it goes back to like the whole like, oh, it's just me being tutoring. So like, oh, why aren't you teaching us more stuff? Like, oh,
Ah, no.
cool. And that's literally how it ends. So it's like, dog, this is awful.
Oh,
This is
no.
awful. So knowing that
no.
and watching the show, like, dude, you guys are
Oh.
getting shit. You guys are no, this is shit.
Jeez.
No, good thing I didn't watch that.
Yeah, I couldn't get into it. I don't like those shows. So, or I like them when they're bad. Like
girls are
girlfriend.
The girls are cute.
Oh
but,
yeah,
like,
I love
yeah.
the designs.
but like, I hate the whole idea. It's like they
Yeah.
have to fight for the one.
Yeah,
type
yeah,
of
yeah.
it always is.
The traditional harem kind of.
Yeah, and then like the one he did promise to initially, I think was the main girl that he runs into, the one with the 2 clips
yeah,
on
yeah.
her, and the one he ends up marrying is the shorter one with the bow.
I just realized. No,
Worst
turn on
one.
the lights.
Don't you turn the fan? I just realized the fan's on.
It's fine. It won't
Okay,
pick
I'm
up.
just
You
making
don't
sure.
have any fans. You seem
Look, they have more fans than I do. Okay, I'll say that.
We got a lot of hate too.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Wait until my number 1. There's gonna be a lot of hate.
Number 2.
Promise Neverland.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
That's my number 2.
Oh damn.
It's fine. Okay. Go all the way through again.
Yeah. The only reason I have like number 2 is because I don't know much about the source material.
Oh.
So but I could just tell it was just not a good show.
That don't matter.
No.
So
It went a completely different way
Yup.
with the
Yeah.
characters. I hate that shit. It's a very sword art type of approach where it's like you spend the first little bit of it setting up roles, setting up characters, setting up shit, and then the next shit, we don't know what we're doing. It's like, all right, cool. Thanks for the Game of Thrones fucking approach
Yeah.
of this.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
I don't understand why. That's why, because I mean, it's not like, you know, back in the old days when you ran out of source material and you're just gonna, you know, there's so much that they could have done and they simply didn't
well,
do
the show's
it.
like also the manga's done with it and everything too.
Yeah.
So it's not like, oh, we caught up and everything. We have to do our own original story. They just like it must be a production thing. It had to be a production thing with like Clover
I think they got
Studios.
D&D to direct it again. I swear to God.
For real. I think for me the worst of it. Well, I mean, I guess we'll skip over to me because that was my number 1.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fine. But I do like the manga a lot. I like the artist a lot, and the show is great. And it just made me so sad that they're just like, fuck all this really good shit. We're just gonna try to jump around back here somewhere and not do anything with it that's
I thought they
substantial.
put it in at the last
That's a
2
slideshow.
seconds.
The slideshow
Yeah.
presentation, PowerPoint presentation.
Uh-huh.
Ending.
Yeah.
It was like,
Like-
because it's like there's so many like actually good arcs like in there in between, and they're just like, now we don't shit on this.
Yeah, like I don't usually read manga. I might read the manga just
It's
so I
really
can-
good.
because I heard it was so good. And,
It's really good.
like I could just tell the point. Like I said, I never read it. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know what was going on. I could tell like it was like episode 6, so like something's off now.
Yeah.
The story doesn't feel right
Uh-huh.
anymore. Like the first few episodes, I was like, okay, they're good.
I mean-
not the best, but they're good. But like after episode 6, I was like, we had a time skip of a few months or years. That
Yep.
was weird.
I mean, it's not like there isn't one in the manga because there is a time skip,
Yeah.
but it makes sense where it is and everything leading up to it. I mean, like it's funny too because it's one of those ones that like the manga is like, oh, I'm so happy this is getting adapted, and then when it's adapted, it's just
Why?
Like
it didn't get
Arifureta.
adapted.
like like how do you feel?
It
Yeah.
sucks because Arifureta was so
Yeah,
such a
yeah.
good story.
That's why I think it has to be like a production thing. It
Uh-huh.
had to be a production thing.
So
where Clover is like, we have all these other things down the pipeline, like Spy X Spy that we got to now do.
I'm so excited for Spy X Spy.
Mhm.
So excited.
The announcement, I'm like,
The Spy
That's
Family.
one of the
whatever.
3 anime I'm gonna watch
Uh-huh.
next year.
it'll be in
yeah.
his top
We have
3.
top 3 already.
That and Overlord. I'm good. I'm good.
Dude, all the announcements that came through this week, I was like,
Bleach,
Pretty
man.
good.
Bleach announced last night.
Oh no.
I can't
I've
believe
already
it.
read it.
Bleach. I've been
It's a good arc.
I've been
a good arc.
holding off like on 10 years of spoilers.
Yeah.
What?
I've been hiding.
Expect pain. Expect a lot of pain.
I've heard, but
It's painful.
I'm hiding.
It's good though. I enjoyed
No
it.
one tweet
okay.
me.
I
I also
No one-
liked. I don't know if you heard it, but there was like the extra chapter that came out, or the extra
Yeah, I
series
heard-
that
I
came
heard-
out afterwards,
yeah,
and
I
what
heard about
happens
that.
afterwards. It's pretty interesting. I enjoyed what
Yeah.
happened. It was nice. I'm like, oh, I love them so much.
Yeah,
Even though
I can't wait to watch this show again. Like I caught up like a little bit last year or this year, I guess, and this year, whenever this comes out, and I finally like finished because I watched it on Adult Swim, but I can only like watch some days and everything like that. So I finally did the first 2 arcs. Gosh, the Soul Reaper arcs.
Yeah.
And like, oh my god, I miss this show so much. And then I'm like, oh crap, there's like 50 episodes of filler.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Do I really want to watch the 50 episodes of filler?
Especially the
scanned
vampire
them.
one. That one was dumb as hell.
Yeah,
That
I
was
know.
So dumb.
Oh god. So, but
I
yeah,
also love Bleach.
Bleach.
makes sense.
Which one was that one? Was that the one where
The
like
one at
the
the freeze, we did
there
a
was
lot
like
of
there was like a
content,
witch that was
so-
secretly
okay.
with
Restarting
the
it.
Pope
Okay,
or some
there
shit,
you
and
go.
they're slowly
I'm
going
now
and killing.
No,
Okay,
it's
no,
a,
you're good.
it's like it's by the same guy who wrote Bleach.
Yeah,
It's the Dragon.
Tyke.
I
Strike the Witch.
might have started it, but like I didn't.
There's only like 1 volume of it.
Yeah.
I'll have to go through it.
Yeah. I like that.
I've been
I
wanting to
did
watch that
enjoy
too, like because they released. You're talking about Strike the Witch, right?
Yeah.
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 I've been wanting to watch that. I just can't because it's a
Or Burn the Witch.
It's a sequel. Oh yeah, Burn the Witch. Yeah.
There's because it's only an OVA. It's like a 3-episode OVA.
Yeah.
Is what they did because there's only a volume of the manga. But
I didn't know it was Nova.
it's
Yeah.
not a full series.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, there's only a volume of source material. So
You can make that a whole
I
series.
guess.
I've seen it done before. just like my number 1 hated. I'm going to get so much flack for this one.
oh no, here it is.
86.
Yeah.
There it is.
I knew it's coming.
Season
knew it
1.
was
I
coming.
haven't seen season 2. I think
That bad for you, huh?
it's just it's 15-minute episodes. That's all the show was. Because it was 15 minutes, you saw her side, or their side, and then it was like 15 minutes, you saw her side. And it's like,
That was like only like that for like 8 episodes out of the 11.
exactly.
I'm just
I will
saying.
argue-
It's like the Kabaddi problem.
Body problem.
I will argue, episode 10 and 11 were amazing.
Yeah,
But I just have to put this on the list.
I guess.
I just didn't like it. I don't see how it's like an 8.86, like season 1. I don't know how.
Wait, you say it's an 8.86, like a rating, or
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
rating.
I didn't even think about that.
your most
Stop, shut up.
disappointing show is an 8.86 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's what that's what people put.
Oh, that's what I thought you rated. I was
No,
like,
no,
what?
no,
I'm like,
no.
what's your top god?
Yeah, I don't trust the public with their fucking ratings. They told me How to Train Your Dragon 2 was a good movie. That shit was awful.
movie.
That shit was
I
funny.
need to watch it.
Why would
That's
why would
No.
they say that?
Yeah, there's so many good reviews about it and shit. And every time I bring it up, this gets like a point of contention that I got to talk about for like 30 minutes. I hate this shit. I hate it.
No,
the second season's good though.
I heard
I
there's
like the
production
second
issues
season.
though.
Say it again. Oh, the production issues.
yeah.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, it would have been done already if it wasn't for all the production issues.
See, I want to watch it, but I was just so let down from it. But he's been telling me the light novel was
It's
amazing.
good.
I read it.
I liked
so
it.
All of it?
up to
Up
where
to
it's
where-
at.
yeah.
Yeah, I liked it. So,
So I'll probably
It's like
continue it
volume
because
8
I've already
or
seen.
9, I
we'll try it.
think.
The second season is a little bit better.
Yeah.
Because it actually focuses on. It goes back. Doesn't go back and forth as much.
Yeah, that's the only issue I had with season 1 was there's just too much like here's this, here's that, here's this. It's like
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Yeah,
Stop
no,
showing
I-
me
I
the same
agree.
thing.
I mean, speaking of adapting one volume into a season, I mean,
that's
there you
what-
go.
it's
Because the
literally-
first season is the first book.
Okay.
Yeah, and I do feel like it's pretty stretched out. When I watched, I was like, but why? I mean, this is not even the good book. This is the book you want to like plow through to get to the other books.
So that's why I'll probably watch season 2.
Exposition.
Exactly.
Try season 2.
Uh-huh.
I wanted to watch more stuff this season. There's so much shit.
Yeah, no, I get that.
So that's my number 1.
Just
I
drop
can't wait
some.
to see the comments.
Just stop watching, dude. Sounds not worth
But I
it.
can't read.
Get like a shitty audiobook of Eddie doing it for you.
There is audiobooks of light novels.
There
I
is.
found the Monogatari series. I'm like, I just want to read it.
I know for Overlord they got the English voice actor to do the.
did
the
they?
Really?
voice
Oh,
for
that's
that.
really cool.
That's pretty cool.
They've done it with a
Yeah,
few of them now. I've noticed that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm cool with that.
So I might end up doing that with some of these that I do want to continue.
Yeah.
But, you know,
Yeah.
my eyes just.
They don't work no
You know,
good.
English is weird. They say moon runes in Japanese. I think it's English.
I think you just fucked in any language, homie. I don't think it's just English.
You're right.
Number one.
Number 1 is X Arms.
Oh man,
That's really low hanging fruit.
About
It was
that.
the worst ass on this year.
Did you watch
Hey,
all
that's
of
his
it?
worst. That's
I
his
watched
worst.
2
That's true.
episodes.
Oh my god.
It was so bad.
So you only watched 2 episodes. Still your worst, huh?
It was real bad.
It's
You
bad.
didn't-
I've seen like clips of it.
Uh-huh.
I couldn't bring myself.
It's
I-
like that the whole episode.
Yeah, I know. I
bad.
just couldn't bring myself.
I don't even watch anime clips, dude. I don't. So just attached.
Not even GIFs.
The Jeeps.
Get out of here.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Get the fuck
I'm
out.
sorry. When you open your Christmas gifs,
Yeah.
stupid ass.
Look, I think everyone else calls them gifts. I'm sorry. Get out.
Oh shit.
Get with the times or get out of the way, dude.
Yeah. We don't care what the creator says it's called. It's called gifts.
He's wrong.
He's wrong.
Yeah, the creator's wrong. We know his work for everything he does.
How bad was it though?
It's really bad.
So imagine 3D animation with 2D animation put together constantly.
It's like one character was in 2D, and then the next character will show up in like CG.
It's so
They're
weird.
bumping into each other. You're like,
Just watch clips of it and you'll understand.
No,
Yes.
no.
Do it.
I avoided
Torture
clips of
yourself.
it. No, I'm not.
Torture yourself.
You masochistic fucks. I'm not gonna do that.
you have to whip and start hitting your back while you're watching it. Do your prayer. I do agree with that, but with only 2 episodes.
Yeah, that's the thing.
My true number 1 is it's about an aquarium.
Oh shit.
Oh, God.
Oh, the memories?
The PA work
Yes.
That one.
Yeah.
Ah, it's so cute. I didn't see it.
It's cute, but God, it was just so boring.
I watched 3 episodes. I was like, this is so boring.
I watched
I couldn't get into it.
I watched
either.
11 and I realized there was 24. And I was
Yeah.
like, what?
I was like, how is the story ending here? Oh, there's 24. Oh, I can't watch it.
Yeah, I was just
No.
like, episode 3, I'm like,
There's
it's cute.
there's magic that
Yeah.
goes involved with the place. Like they stare at a tank in a certain spot, they see a
Bullshit.
good memory.
Yeah.
I think it's a pretty interesting discussion, though. The idea of the expectation you get when you get to episode 11 and stuff, as opposed to like a 2-core thing or a 24 episode stuff. Because like, how much of that experience is you just being conditioned from all the constant shows that we watched up until that point, and how much of it is just like, if you didn't have that conditioning, how much more willing would you be to try something along
To
the side
keep
with
going,
it? You know?
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just weird.
Especially with the mass production of it.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
Yeah.
like I said, there was shows, well, like One Piece that went forever, and that was the norm.
Still goes.
Yeah,
forever.
that
It's
was
still going.
Exactly, but like that was the norm.
Unfortunately.
I'm like, that's how Naruto went. That's how Dragon
Naruto's
Ball.
still technically going in a way.
That's how Dragon Ball Z went. That's how every
Dragon
show.
Ball's still good.
Yeah.
That's how every shonen of that era just goes.
Yeah.
And I mean, to a certain degree, you are conditioned to that. And nowadays, because everything's always contained within the 1 core, maybe 2 core, we expect everything to finish there.
Yeah.
But then again, I mean, it also comes from an age where shows did finish after 2 cores, and now they don't. And then
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's that as well.
That's true.
And there's me watching Boruto, Black Clover, One Piece.
My hero.
My hero.
Yeah, just everything. I'm insane. Don't give me that look. I get it. Trust me, I know. I look that way at me at the mirror every day.
Just you wake up.
Like, what am I doing with my life? I need to fix my hairline.
Give me some ideas.
So I said I already said my
You
number
said
one.
Number
Yeah.
one.
We can
So
skip it,
number
yeah.
one.
Oh, my number 1. Hold up. Which one? Rent a Girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
Also, I dropped reading that. I dropped watching that.
Okay,
I know how
yeah.
I'm caught up with it. Don't because of like
Yeah.
Josh giving me fucking information, but
Yeah.
it's awful.
Just watch
Awful,
that.
awful. Not only has he watched it, he's been reading the shit. So
Oh.
I'm getting my clips and information from him directly,
Uh-huh.
telling me all this stuff. And I've also been.
And I feel like Rent a Girlfriend is the type of thing that Josh would love.
Fuck.
yeah,
Right,
and
girlfriend,
it's
man.
it's awful.
It's bad.
so fucking
Man,
bad.
good thing it was on like the Gig episode. Where he thinks it's amazing.
Who?
I like the setup. I guess I was like, oh, this is spicy. This is my type of shit. And I watched it. I was like, oh,
The design of the
this
characters are also good.
Like,
Yeah.
wow.
It's just the main character's so hard, man.
garbage.
It's
So hard. That's a weird way to phrase it.
well, I was gonna say
Well,
it's
you
so
make
hard
me-
to watch. Is what I wanted to finish.
It's like,
He's hard all the time.
he's the first episode he masturbated. And he,
Yeah.
Hey, I don't condone this. I'm just a guest. I'm not
I'm a guest
associated.
too, but still.
I mean, it's just hard to
There's the
watch.
reason why I'm off screen. Like I say this stuff.
Don't worry, the social media will be in the bottom. You can click on it.
You guys are taking my social credit just down.
We'll put a different name under yours, like some random Eric.
We're tanking it.
Just put a black bubble over his face.
What, have to be black?
Do you want brown bubble? Blue bubble? I don't know.
We'll blur it.
I'm
It's
just-
fine. We'll blur it, then change your tone.
Voice. Yeah.
Be like,
Like
"Who's
they do
that
for those
guy?"
interviews and documentaries.
Yeah. When it be like anonymous and everything.
But I guess the most consistent thing that I've been nagging against, not just like with my top 3, but just anime in general,
Yeah.
just how like pro basic male
Yeah.
demographic that it tries to target and
yeah.
stuff. Like obviously that's the demographic it goes for, and that's where it gets most of its money from. Not
Yep.
gonna say that
Oh,
it doesn't, but
yeah.
like it just comes off kind of scummy, comes off really bottom of the barrel effort. It comes
Uh-huh.
off very like just shitty in general. Like I'm so disappointed with anime nowadays. The same level I'm disappointed with like Hollywood shows, Hollywood movies and stuff.
Yep.
Like there's very few nuggets that I watch now, and it's just when I do watch and get reaffirmed of the fucking shittiness that's currently, and I just
And then we
Yeah.
watch so much or have. It's
Yeah,
almost
it's-
just. It's like different layers. It's like I've seen this.
Jam 2.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
At least that was a commercial. It's a 2-hour commercial.
Was your number 1?
Wonder Egg priority.
Oh.
Dude,
boy.
it is like people's top 10 of this year.
Because oh wow.
that's a spicy take.
It is.
I thought
That's a
86 was
spicy
bad.
take.
I
I
have
I feel
spicy
less
takes.
bad.
Okay.
You
Damn.
saved me in the comments. Thank you.
Damn.
So the reason why it's my number 1 is because it was so good.
And in the end, it was ass.
And then the last like 2 or 3 episodes,
I think
I
it
was
was like
like, why?
That's what I heard. I heard.
Why?
Are we counting like when it like stopped
Yeah,
its
with the
initial run
anime,
of it, or
with-
like
yeah.
the extra 2 or 3
The
episodes?
extra
they
2
threw at the
episodes,
end? Gotcha,
yeah,
gotcha,
those
gotcha.
2. So I'm not like I'm not trying to be like, oh, production companies, how dare you take that much time? That's not the whole thing.
Yeah,
it's,
yeah.
it's the way like they ended it, and like the things they just pulled out of their ass with like some of the character stuff, where it's just like, okay, it's just,
So they Game of Thrones did.
yeah, that's how I felt.
Saying
And they just kind of
They didn't need it.
They ended it with like talking to the screen with the characters. It's just like,
Yeah.
Oh, so they even Galened it.
yeah, basically. No, they did. Like, am I wrong? Or
Kind of, yeah. It became like some sort of like a PBS type of thing.
yeah, it really did.
It was like they're talking about, and so the serious crime of whatever the fuck, you know. It's
Don't
like,
commit
it's-
suicide.
Yeah, it's like they try to send like a message at the end.
Yeah,
or
because like
something.
the show was so good. Like the animation, I like the themes of like the suicide themes and everything like that, and like what they
The
were doing.
identity issues were pretty.
Yeah,
cool
it was
too.
like
Really
such
inclusive.
a good show. And then the last 3 or 4 episodes were just like, okay, now we got to kind of explain what's happening, and their explanation of it was just so. I didn't
Not
like
there.
it that much. I didn't like the
Is
explanation.
this a one-off show or is there like?
It might
more-
be.
just-
It's a one-off show, unfortunately, and that's like the worst problem. Is like it seemed like it was going to get a second season.
Dude, like the heavy parts of the show were fucking heavy. Dude.
I
Yeah.
know
It
that's
was
why.
so
That's why it's
sad.
just so pissing me off. That's like
Yeah.
almost like a 9 out of 10 show for me. And then the last 4 or 5 episodes
Just murdered it.
just murdered it.
I do
like-
feel like going through our list. I feel like most of our shows are just big disappointments.
Yeah, like that one was just such.
No, I just hate.
I was
Misogyny.
looking to get like the Blu-ray of it and everything like that. And then the last 4 episodes happened. I was like, "Ugh, damn it, now I don't want it, which sucks.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so comments, just keep hammering.
okay,
Just
we're
keep
all gonna
hammering.
get friends for this
Just keep
show.
hammering.
No,
me.
I'm good.
You're fine.
I'm
You're
all
fine.
good.
Maybe rent a girlfriend, maybe by the
But I mean, it's
But
no.
like-
Come at me, you
What-
fucking projection, you fucks.
I mean, it's
then one dude-
notoriously very incelly though.
Oh, yes.
So top 3.
Okay, I'll start. I guess.
Number 3.
Number 3, life lessons with Umar-chan Onisan. Anyone seen that? I think you saw it.
I love that
I don't
show.
think I've seen that.
The,
No.
This
the,
is a
the brother
show-
sister one.
No.
No.
It's like another PBS show of this. It's like
Oh no, I
It's
know.
like the
what-
halls of
yeah,
a
I know.
kid's
I know.
show.
I know what you're
Yeah,
talking
they're
about.
really
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, they're hosting a kids show like you see in PBS, like Reading Rainbow or something like that. And they're all having fun with the kids, but that's like very small clips of it, and then the rest of it's them just living their normal life, completely depressed.
Oh,
You feel-
okay, yeah.
Because
See
they're like
the real
30-year-olds
life.
doing
I have this.
this
I have this
show.
on my to watch list. I
It's
have
really-
that.
it's really good.
It's
Yeah.
amazing because this is one of those shows where it hits like definitely in our age group where
Very
you're living
relatable.
it.
Yeah, it's
'Cause
relatable.
it's only like a 7 on my end.
Can imagine being happy.
But you're just like, but you're just watching. And you're like, I understand this guy. I shouldn't, but I know what he feels. So if you want to feel the,
It's one of those. It hits a
Real
little
life.
too close to home.
It does.
but I don't think enough people watched it, so that's why I'm putting it as my number 3.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Megalobox season 2.
Nomad.
Ah.
You like season 2?
I like season 2.
Like one of the 3 people that I know. That
It's like an honorable mention for me, but yeah, I
It
liked
was
it.
in my
I enjoyed it.
top
I
5.
enjoyed it.
Yeah, I really liked the first half.
I like the first.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The second half is like.
Yeah,
It's
and maybe
okay.
it's because of the brownness of me and everything. Like, ooh, like the Spanish roots they're taking it to.
Yeah.
Like that was just really. I like that whole kind of.
We're all here for the representation.
Yeah, like-
it's not
like-
necessary, but it's
yeah,
nice.
like it's just really nice to finally get
Yeah.
a little more like Hispanic representation
Yeah.
in anime.
Yeah.
Besides Chad from Bleach.
We also had the is it Golden Spoon, the one with like the farming
Oh,
stuff,
yeah.
where that one guy was like, "Perdón, no hablo japonés," and like he has a fucking sombrero and a poncho and shit, but it's a
What?
Japanese dude.
Exactly.
Yeah, he just speaks like 2 lines of Spanish. Is all he says. That's
Yeah.
it.
Weird.
So funny.
If you
So
want-
yeah, it's
Sorry, if you want good Spanish, watch is it Let's Make a Mug season 2.
Oh, you showed me that clip.
There's a
Okay.
girl, for some reason she pops up, she's Spanish. It's like a Japanese person doing Spanish at like a super high pitch, and you're just like, interesting choice.
So,
Yeah.
you know how they speak like the English lines in anime? Just imagine that in Spanish.
It's so interesting.
Salvatore
okay.
said, dude, it's like when it comes to fucking tangent of it, like when it
Yeah,
comes to
yeah.
music production shit, like when they use like electronic like trumpets and shit, just
Yeah.
fucking hire a trumpet player, dude.
Yeah.
Like it's not much.
Yeah.
Just ask like, hey, you want to do this thing? Cool, and
Look,
lazy.
as someone who works in sound stuff, their rates are kind of high. So
Yeah.
would you ever get a MIDI keyboard for $20 for the?
Do I care about the quality?
I'm just saying it's a cost thing for some of these people, or maybe the $180 for a trumpet session.
Especially,
Yeah.
especially if you think of something like this that's like so mass manufactured. It's
Yeah.
not. It's
Yeah.
not built for.
Sure,
quality.
but like, am I gonna eat Domino's or am I eating at the pie? You know,
I
it's like,
I feel you.
No,
I feel
get
you.
I feel you. I'm not disagreeing with you, but it's just like a percussion standpoint. They're like MIDI keyboard that cost me $30, trumpet player that cost me $180 per session.
See, the issue
Yeah.
is they don't even want to pay their animators. They don't
Yeah,
want to pay their musicians.
so, but
Unions are key.
Megalobox is good.
yeah.
Hey,
Think about
All right.
I didn't want to
Let
take
the
over
memes
that.
begin. My number 3 is Castlevania season 4.
Okay, dude, no.
What do you mean no?
No.
Castlevania season 4 is amazing, but you not think so?
You didn't like it?
I didn't like season 4.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
I enjoyed it quite a bit.
It felt so
I didn't see
rushed.
season 4. I dropped.
I
at
mean,
season
it
3.
is a little
was
rushed.
Like, are you kidding
It
me?
is a little
it was
rushed.
so rushed at the near
Oh,
the
yeah.
end.
At the ending,
They shafted Vampire Boy.
Alucard.
Alucard's
Alucard
story.
a little bit.
Are you
They did a
kidding
little
me?
bit. Yep.
Oh, they shafted his story so hard, in my opinion.
I'm gonna say at this point I think it's just the whole
Yeah, like
show at this point is
it was.
kind
I'm
of up
not going to say it's like horrible, but
Yeah.
I was just kind of like how good up to season 3 was. With how season 4 was just kind of like, we need to end it. Okay, we'll
Yeah.
end it.
That makes
season
sense.
4 had the best animation, but the
Yeah.
worst story.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes
That's
sense.
how I like to describe that. Yeah.
The
I-
fight scenes were clean.
For me, it was like this is just the initial hype of the end. That's just how it was.
I
It was
think it's
like
more just
the
this-
monkey brain
yeah.
just being like, whoa.
Full neuron activation.
Just turn it off. Just look at the big thing he's fighting. Look at it. Oh my god.
Especially as the diehard Castlevania fan I am, just of the entire series
Yeah.
as a whole, like games and everything. It's just literally just. Whoa!
I totally get it. It's just, the final boss is really cool. I like
Yeah.
who it was. it just felt so like
No, it is a bit rushed.
shoehorned in of like, oh, he has just been here the whole time, guys.
Then again, I did feel like 3 and 4 are kind of in that category of I don't know if it's fully necessary, for the sense that as a fan of the games, Castlevania 3 ended at the end of season 2.
Yeah.
That's where the game ends. And then it goes into the weird one with Hector, which is nothing like what the show became, which was the N64 Castlevania. And I mean, from there, it was just like, I was like, okay, this is just going a new territory, whatever it does. It looks nice. So, and I dig what it's doing, so I'm fine with it. But after that point, I was just like, I'm just along for the ride at this point.
I think it's more disappointed. Like, they could have done another 2 or 3 seasons if they really
Well,
wanted
I mean,
to.
they are doing another.
They're doing another.
It's like a
season,
side story.
like a few, like a sequel. Yeah,
It is a sequel.
It's a sequel, yeah,
I mean,
from what I've heard.
it's about Richter.
yeah,
so,
yeah. It's like taken way far in the future.
which in my case, I mean, like as a fan, Rondo of Blood into Symphony of My Night is like my favorite
Oh, yeah, they're
Castlevania. So I am happy that is where they're going.
Yeah.
And obviously Alucard will have to come back
I hope so.
because I mean he's such a big part in that storyline. So, but it'll be interesting to see what it goes. I just enjoyed the full ride, and this, like, especially like the very end of it, because I think it was very rough leading to the end. But the very end of it, to me, I felt satisfied.
Yeah, I get that. Again, I think I just had more high expectations of the show.
That makes sense.
Because,
That makes sense.
like I said, it feels like season 3 they were just setting up so much more of it being kind of like
That makes sense.
like a Game of Thrones-ish kind of show in a way. But then they were like, okay, we need to wrap this up. You people go over here. Lead your army somewhere else for a bit. You don't have to go back home. You're fine. Well, what's happening? What's going on in the castle happened?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this, like I said, the secret end boss enemy. He's been playing it the whole time. We just seen him in this first time this season. Okay, that's where my brain
I
is just
get
kind
that.
of like minor, just
Makes sense.
yeah. So, but still, I liked it.
Torsten, number 3.
Jobless Reincarnation, Masuka
Tensei?
Ah,
Hell yeah.
Then again,
Makes
I
sense.
come from like having been actively reading it,
Yep.
both the manga and the light novel, because I like seeing how they animate a lot of it or how they
Yeah.
make a lot of it seem.
Same.
I've been a fan of this for a minute. The animation was just like eye candy for me. I already knew what was going into it, but like I still enjoyed a lot of it. I enjoyed the characters, even though Rudy's a shithead, but like, but he's like a shithead
He
that
makes me
like.
so uncomfortable.
Yeah, but like,
he
but then again, the
does.
times where he's at now, sure, he has the mind of however old he
Yeah,
was,
I know.
but he's still like a preteen
Yeah.
teen at this moment. And then where he goes on later on, and like he's still a bit of a shithead, but he starts refining himself a bit more.
And he gets better. And
Yeah.
and one of the things I love about this series is like out of all like isekais, this is a protagonist that has a personality.
Yeah.
He's not just a self-insert. And what I love about the whole series as it unfolds is he gets better.
Yeah.
It's like a realistic growth.
As a person, as a fighter, as a
Uh-huh.
mage,
Yeah.
as a brother, as a friend, just all of it, just then
Like,
coming growth.
like sure
As a
he's
leader.
Yeah, exactly. Like sure he's gifted like from the get-go, but I mean there's this growth. Like he works hard trying to be better.
Yeah.
And especially when you like read it, the show kind of goes in a little bit like he really hates who he was.
Yeah.
And you see that like fuel so much of his motivation.
Yeah.
And which is why to me it's like a good example of what isekai should be.
Yeah.
No, that was my number 2 to be honest.
That was going to be my number 2.
Yeah, I'll pull another number 2, but no, like
But
it's such a good show.
I figured I'd drop it down one too, just because like again the bias I already had going into it.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's like when it comes
Same.
to Overlord, you can't really take my opinion seriously because like that's my ride or die shit right there. So, like when's it out? Okay, one doesn't matter. One.
Yeah.
It's also surprising that it's so good, comparing that it's like the original, that it's still transferred on, even where we are now, that it's still just good.
Yeah, it's just the art's done well, the animation's done well, the story hits on some
Phenomenal.
really cool stuff.
Phenomenal.
I'm just the last episode that happened last week.
I was, but the whole time I've been meaning, like, when this scene comes, I'm going to enjoy people's pain.
It's so funny because you see it coming because I remember reading it and be like, oh, this part's coming.
I sat there like a fucking kid, fucking propped my seat up, got some popcorn. And I'm like,
Because another good thing about the show is like you don't know what I don't know what's going to happen next.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
It keeps you on your toes. Like I think most like shows like this are like, okay, we know what's
I
going
can't
to
wait.
happen. I know, and trust me, that's why. That's why I'm like so excited.
It keeps going.
And that's why I'm like, it keeps going. It's so good. It's just, please. the only thing I don't like about it is like the whole just kind of not Wally stuff, just the uncomfortableness of the kids stuff.
He is a little sleazy.
Yeah,
and the beginning of
it's hard for me to recommend the show to like my normie friends. Like this show is so good. If you could just get over the little kid, you know, peeking up people's skirts and panties and all that stuff. If you get over that, just kind of just overlook it a little bit. Top 10 show, but it's just like, ugh.
Another thing I like about the series as a whole is it never really shies away from the grittiness of the world.
Yeah.
It's not.
100%.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You just kind of have to get used to it.
And one thing I like in comparison to that, to say Goblin Slayer or something, it doesn't like slap your face with it or something, but it's just omnipresently just there, constantly just like, hey, shitty shit's happening, shitty shit could happen. And so like where we get later on with the concern that he has, I think in the show they cover that they don't know where his mom is already, right?
Yeah, we still don't know where the mom is.
They became not knowing where the mom is, and the constant threat, and they just eats at him constantly, like, what's happening with my mom? We're going to be worrying about this. It's so heartbreaking and such an empathizing moment for anyone, really, that it's just like, it's a really just captivating story to go from that point forward.
He's a very human character.
Yeah.
It's an enjoyable watch.
Oh.
That's my 3.
My number 3, To Your Eternity.
Hell yeah.
To
I
Your
was expecting
Eternity.
you to have that like 2 or 1, but okay.
That was my number 1.
Yeah, To Your Eternity was such a good show. Oh my god. I can't wait for the second season.
I've been meaning to watch it. It's just,
You need to watch
after
it.
my queue.
You need to watch. It's like if they were giving like Miyazaki like a TV series. That's how I kind of felt.
I get the premise of it, and I get like a lot of the hype that's behind it. And Josh has been giving me a little like tidbits of what's been going on with it, and like, it sounds phenomenal.
It's so
wholesome
phenomenal.
depression.
Yeah, it's wholesome depression that's animated well.
Shout out
too.
to our lizard boy.
No, I forgot. I'm remembering all of those moments.
Never
now.
forget.
That shit was so sad.
Oh my god, dude.
Especially because like in the I don't know. So in the manga, they cover on later on that like eventually she just stays single because she waits for him constantly the whole time, and it's just like she dies single, waiting for her boyfriend and stuff. It's just like.
Is that Futurama level?
They kind of made it seem like she understood that wasn't him leaving. But like knowing that, like she didn't know, like, bro, this shit is sad. But
Yeah, it's such a good. It's such a good show. There's this other like just like Tensei better, and there's my number 1 show, which I just love.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, To Your Turn. Like I don't know if you guys want to keep talking since it's like your number 1. I feel bad.
I think
I just love how he, like this character learning to be human and all this interaction with these other people and what he's learning to be, just kind of like,
It's kind of very Violet Evergarden-y.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
That shit still fucks me up.
same.
I still haven't watched the movie.
Oh really?
I can't.
Dude.
I can't work myself up.
You
to
need
it.
to.
I
Just
know
do
I
it.
do.
Just rip the Band-Aid off. Just
I know.
Just rip the
Because I've watched
Band-Aid
everything
off.
up to this point, and the movie came out, and I'm like,
Oh,
I
watched
wanna
that in
do this.
theaters, dude. That was
I
so
can't
tough.
do it. I can't
It's
do
so
it.
good though.
I know it is, but
Just watch it like a scary movie where you're just like behind
God.
something. Look, I'm gonna cry.
yeah, but it's just that same kind of levels of just wholesome,
Yeah, To Your
depressive
Eternity is
shit.
just such a good
Yeah.
show. It's just like the animation, the story, the characters, the pacing's done well also.
It got me
I-
hooked since episode 1. Hooked. I'm like,
Yeah.
fucking great.
I saw little clips of it. I like the scoring that it has too.
Yeah.
The music that it has, particular moments, did a good job of like showcasing like the feeling that either he's going through in his soliloquies or like from like the stillness of nothing that comes through. It just fuck. It just seeps in. It's
Like how you feel like he's going through.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Well, you know who the writer is, right?
Who is it?
The yes, you. The person
I'm
who
one for 2.
the person who wrote Your Sound of Voice. Silent Voice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, same person. Same.
I think you mentioned that last time on the
Yeah,
pod.
I did. So it's just
I
like
watch the content.
I'll watch it.
yeah, Silent Voice, same writer. So
Yeah.
it's just like that show hit me hard too.
Yeah, I remember the realization and depression that hits in afterwards. I
Oh,
just sit there,
God.
like, not like I'm crying, just fuck,
yeah.
fuck.
The mental dread of like you're like, this is real.
I like when the manga goes because it adds a bit more to
Okay.
it. So
Oh, I
like
bet.
Does it go farther?
in Silent Voice, it shows a little bit of the
Oh,
epilogue. So like
Your Eternity. I know. I've read
no,
the Silent Voice.
I need to read it still.
Okay.
It's just on my list of 8 million.
You can just read
things.
the last volume, honestly.
Yeah, that's what I need to do. I kind of just want to get the box set just to have it because I have the DVD. It's just such a good.
Yeah.
I love it so much.
I feel it. I did the same thing with Scott.
Like I said, it's one of the few things I've actually cried to, especially like in a theater. So
I remember you gave us shit for not having it on our top 5. I remember that.
I'm so mad still.
I love the movie.
It's good.
Great movie. Super sad.
Number 2.
Number 2.
Number 2.
Vivi and I don't remember the full name of it, but Vivi. If you just look that up.
Really?
The Studio
I
Witch
actually
show.
thought Vivi was amazing.
It's like about idols.
No.
What?
It's like
I don't
a
watch anime.
it's like a sci-fi.
Idol show.
Idol
No.
Time traveling idol show.
About sci-fi in the
Sci-fi time
future,
travel idol show.
where in the future
Tell
all
me
the
I'm
robots,
wrong.
You're not
where all the
wrong.
robots take over and kill everyone.
God, I
So-
followed
So
it.
the premise is basically someone sends an AI to the past to talk to this other robot to try to change the future.
To stop mass human genocide.
Yeah, because they're trying to stop the robot evolution from happening.
And then she goes around trying to stop everything, but she is also an idol robot for some reason, so she's trying to push that forward.
Yeah.
That also didn't make sense to me. but
Yeah.
I thought the rest of it.
You're losing me.
Don't worry about the idol. You don't really have to care about it.
You really don't have to care about the idol
But
side.
all the
in
other
a
stuff
way.
where it was like pushing up towards just the fight scenes and all the
Yeah.
characters that she goes through, and it's also pretty sad because a lot of the robots start to have like almost like real life AI, like the real people.
Real life
And-
AI.
Well, yeah, 'cause I mean, there's the one that was in Harvard that debated against himself, against the
Yeah.
notion.
I
of
know,
keeping
as I'm
himself
getting
alive.
at, I'm
Like,
just
that's
like-
the point
So
of
it's
this.
like that where you see these characters like they're real, but they're robots, and then
They're humanized.
Robots.
and it's a recommendation. I talked about it a long time.
It's
ago.
a good show. I just
Good music.
yeah, good music.
music.
Like I have the OP on
Good
my
action.
freaking phone and everything. So it's I think it's near the end where I was kind of lost me a little bit more. But again, I'm not.
one of
It's,
those
it's,
things
still
where-
good.
Where I don't think the ending was as bad as some of the shows that I have on here.
Yeah,
but-
no, I agree.
So I do think it's a good number 2.
Yeah.
Maybe probably should flip those 3.
No, you're good. No.
And Wit animated it really
yeah,
well.
Wit. Yeah, I love Wit, man.
Wit
the
Studio.
guy whose dog died, so he went after killing everyone, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
It's,
That's exactly what I said.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves is the actor, I think, right?
Yeah. That's exactly what I said.
God.
That's exactly what I said.
Keeping it
Did I
light.
start
boys.
it?
Keep it light.
Going there number 2.
My number 2 is Blue Period.
Oh, I'm surprised
that's-
you put
yeah.
Blue Period.
Period.
I'm still watching it, so
I'm
Which
on-
one was that
Fucking
one?
Good.
I'm on
It's like the
episode
art
6.
show that's
Yeah.
on Netflix
It's
right now.
about this like delinquent kid that finds art, and then he makes it to be his like.
That's his goal.
His goal.
I-
His
I
new goal
want
in
to
life.
get to college through art, so he goes through all this like this club, and then he goes through like extra classes of art to get to this prestigious art college.
Okay. I'll give it a
I
shot.
heard it's really
yeah.
good.
No,
It's
it's
really
pretty good. I like it a lot. Like I think creatives would like it because it kind of just it doesn't like show you like oh here's how art works and everything. It kind of shows like
It's the struggling artist.
it's
side.
a struggling art. It kind of just it helps other creatives be like oh I can relate to trying to understand how to make art.
Yeah, because like I think for me it was for him having a hard time conveying his emotions to his
Yeah.
friends,
Mhm.
and doing like in the first episodes doing that painting, and he was like, "Oh, there's this place because you did it this way." Because and he's like, "Oh my god, yeah, this is why I did it," and then just that like feeling that pushes him forward to like, "Oh, I'm gonna make this painting. This is how I feel," or whatever, and then people
Yeah.
understand how I feel through this painting.
Damn, dude, that's like very you.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
When he put it on there, I'm like, it makes sense.
No, I've been liking it too. Yeah.
yeah, and then the other characters as well, like their identity, and how they explore that through art is pretty good.
Yeah, like I said, it seems really good.
All right. Well, I mean, we were talking about my number 2 is Mushoku Tensei.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, we already talked about that and how great that is. So
Any other shows you've been watching?
I haven't watched a lot, man.
Okay. I was just
It's
like, I'm just.
I'm
I
pretty sure
watched-
top 3 are his.
Yeah, this is like
Sorry.
what I watched. Because I watched Mushoku Tensei because I remember like I saw they built a whole studio for it and,
Yeah.
and everything, and I loved the series. And I'm just like, I want this to be good for the same reason I wanted Dune to be good.
You
It's
haven't disappointed me this year.
because it's such an inspiration from everything else. A lot of those things sometimes falls into the caveat of I've already seen this because I've seen everything.
It's like JoJo.
Yeah, exactly. And so I really wanted it to be good, and watching it, I was like, okay, this I feel great.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, sorry for rubbing my arm constantly. I got the booster shot earlier today, and I'm feeling it
Oh
now.
gosh. Oh, have fun with that. I dealt with that last week.
He was talking to us last week. He's like, I'm dying. I'm like,
Yeah.
can't wait.
The number
Can't
2 I have
wait.
Bottom Tier Nozaki-kun is my
That's a really good book.
Which one
too.
again? Sorry.
Bottom Tier Nozaki-kun.
Oh,
Bottom tier character
It's
Nozaki-kun.
it's so fucking
It's good.
Is it good?
It's very.
It's kind of
very
goofy,
good.
but like a slice of life where it's the basic premise of it is this nerdy dude in the FGC, specifically Smash or whatever they call it, and he's really good at it. And he's like top of the leaderboards. He runs into the other person that's number 2, and they just constantly meet. Then they meet in real life because they invite him to come out, and it's like this normie, pretty popular girl, right? And she was like, what the fuck? I can't believe the guy that's beating me is some fucking loser who just sits in his fucking basement and shit. So then afterwards they start interacting, and she starts trying to influence him to showcase to him that even though she was also really nerdy and shit too, she also like threw other effort, which he could also do. He could become a more ideal citizen and an ideal person along with still keeping up his hobby and shit. So the struggles that he has to go through in regards of like overcoming some speech impediments to social anxiety to all these other character flaws that are very evident in him, either in a goofy manner or in a very serious manner. It felt really real and very nice to go through, honestly.
Okay. I'll check that out then. I've not really.
The animation's cute.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been meaning to watch it because that was one of those other ones too that I enjoyed reading so far up to where it's at.
I like the other girl a lot better than
the sporty one, or the bookworm.
The bookworm. I like that.
Hell yeah. Okay, hell yeah.
I like
But
it.
it is a really good series.
Okay, sweet. We already covered my number 2, but I have a bunch more options. Do you want
Slam another one.
do you want the meme one or
My number 1.
You have a meme number 2?
Black Clover?
Oh,
Look,
Wait. Is your number 1
something else.
Boruto?
No, God, no. Hey, this year was not that bad.
It's actually Rick and Morty. You
Yes,
ignorant
Rick and Morty. God, how dare you?
What anime are you watching today, Morty?
Shit, that was my number.
No, like Black Clover, dude. I was such a hater of Black Clover, and having that show like be so good and me want to root for Asta and just all those characters.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing where it's
And
just,
the Black Bulls, I believe, is the
yeah,
name
the
of it?
Black Bulls, just all
I've heard of them.
all that group. It just, especially at the end of this year, where like the last arc hits for this year. This last arc was so because they just finished like a time skip of like 6 months.
Yeah.
And you see them become so much powerful to like beat the next enemies, and just seeing that fight and what they went through just to, and the last fight with Asta and Yami, it was just kind of like, oh my god.
I've
it's-
seen clips of the fight. I'm like, yo, it looks amazing.
Yeah, and,
That's
and
all
there's
I
like
wanna
it-
catch up.
it's like the clips are good too, and the animation is good too, but like
It's the weight behind
the
it.
weight behind of Yami saying Asta, I need you after like all of these things of him like
Downplaying him.
yeah,
down
downplaying him and like saying you have to push your limits, you must get stronger, and be like, Asta, I need you right now. I need you to beat this guy, and it was just so
And he beats the fuck out
it
of
was
him.
it was just so emotional of just like going through I guess 3 years of Black Clover to this ending of just like it was so good.
I feel like it suffers a little bit of the shonen problem in
Yeah.
that the beginning is always a little hard to pick up and start. But if it can find its groove and get to like that portion, I mean, it becomes like very emotional storytelling.
Yeah, like I said, after the 30th episode, that's why I think that it gets really much better. Where it's just like, okay, here's the story that you actually want to tell. Here's where you actually want to go with it. You just had to go through this kind of rough patch.
Yeah. And I feel like, and that's the thing with a lot of like what a lot of people consider to be quintessential or classic shonen is it turns into the
Fades after this.
It turns into that, right?
Yeah.
I almost feel more skeptical of shonen that come out like running
Yeah.
than I do of ones that aren't like, for instance, I mean, I really loved My Hero at the beginning.
Yeah.
And it kind of started
it's losing me a bit.
It kind of started losing me a lot as it
yeah.
progressed.
So I think that because on the same time, I think that the villain arc has been probably the best arc that it's given us.
Yeah.
But like the pacing of it all and like how quick a lot of it's gotten to us has just kind of thrown me off kilter in regards of like enjoying it constantly. And like it's hard for me to keep going.
Because I do feel like that's one of the showmen that like out of the gates, it just went running.
You, yeah.
And I'm like, oh, this is great. But then it does suffer that problem, right? That expectation problem, especially where you get something like Black Cobra, where it might start and might be like, I don't know, but you know what? We might try and stick, and then it rewards you for doing that.
Yeah, like I would call it like the Frankenstein's monster of shonen at first, because it takes parts of like Fairy Tail of the Magic Guilds and want to be the Wizard King like Naruto and One Piece, and then the captain system like in Bleach, and all this, like it just puts it all together and it's like, oh, that's not that good. But as soon as like I said, by episode 30 we were like, okay, it's starting to be its own thing.
Yeah.
The Wizard King's being a little more involved. He actually kind of does shit. Like, and the
He kicks ass.
Yeah, he kicks ass.
ass.
You actually see the captains fight the terrorist group, and they're actually kicking pretty much ass too. And like the more you get through it, it's just like, holy crap, this is so good. It's not just Asta being like, it's not like Goku versus Frieza, where it's just like one person versus one person. It's like Asta and 3 other of his members facing one person. I'm just saying.
Dude, Krillin tried, all right.
And that's like, it's just like, that's like the cool thing. Like midway, it's like it's like 3v1, and it's just such a cool fight where they're playing around with everyone's supportive magic, trying to get Asta to hit this guy.
It's like a condensed, better paced One Piece.
Yeah.
Without
In a
Krillin,
way.
Goku.
But
for me, the quintessential shonen is still Naruto, though. I feel like the payoff.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
It's so great.
But Black Clover is just such. Please just try it out, guys. I like, trust me, as someone who hated the show, who now just loves it. It's,
I'll read it.
I'll
read it.
I'm happy if you just read it.
Yeah, I was like, I'll read it.
Read it. So
I'm gonna watch it. I like the nun.
Oh, okay.
I know what he's talking about.
She's cute.
Number one.
Mine's somewhat memey. So,
Okay.
it's my senpai is always annoying.
Sounds cute.
Nah.
I love that show.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. I like the show more for the background characters.
Hell
for the main
yeah.
character.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
Dude, what's it called? The quiet boy with the cute girl, I guess.
Yeah, the other relationship that's kind of going on.
I just watched that. I'm like, oh, just give me more of this.
Yeah, I want
Like,
more of that.
The main part I like because it's like I like Toradora. It's one of my favorites. So it hits that same itch. But then I'm like, these kid background characters are way better.
Yeah.
Just in general. So if you're gonna watch the show, watch it for the background characters. It's
Hell
weird
yeah.
to say. But,
My other number one is
I forgot.
the house husband.
I had that on my
Way
list.
of the house
You know,
husband.
you idiots have to fucking sort out sorting of number. You can't have 2 number 1s. You can't have 2 number 2s. If you're just gonna do that, do like a top 5. Yeah.
I mean, he does speak truth.
What's the point of placing if you're just gonna tie
Oh,
shit?
because we talked about my number one like half hour ago.
Yeah.
I know, but it's been a theme. It's been an issue. You guys do this a lot.
Look,
so hard to
if you watch so many
pick.
shows, you just have backups, okay?
We're just like, we'll put that one there.
Yeah.
No one will know.
It's like when we do our movies, we're like, shit,
Yeah.
I got 2 number ones.
Degenerates.
Yeah, I do agree with this one. I know a lot of people hate the animation for it. I don't know if you've seen it at all. It's basically just the manga.
I saw the first.
Slideshow.
So I saw half of the first
Yeah.
season.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have a second season or not. But
Yeah.
They do.
I enjoyed it because I was already reading it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just a great concept, and the show's just.
He's best wife.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he's Best Wife.
I'd marry him.
Yeah, I need to watch it still. I think that whole thing of the animation turned me off, but I think I just need to bite the bullet and watch it.
I think I enjoyed it for what it was. It also gave me vibes of the bookseller Honda-san, the Skullface bookseller.
Yeah. Oh, I
Honda-san.
love that show.
Yeah, that's the vibe it kind of gave me with its animation and everything. So I'm here for it because I mean I like that show, and if I'm gonna shit on that show, I mean,
Yeah, I think I just gotta try it out and just.
Had me dying. They're so funny.
Yeah, I remember I went to go visit my family in Denton and Grand Junction.
Yeah.
Because I never visit. So I went to go visit and fucking We were just there vibing. It was late night. Me and my two siblings were there, and like, what do we watch? Have you seen the House Husband show? Nah, but all right, it's probably flicking on. Dude, this shit was so funny.
Yep.
It was
We
so
were just
good.
laughing constantly.
Yeah.
I
What
think
makes
that
the
was the
show?
issue. Is like I got so hyped up for it. So when I heard the animation was just like a
Garbage.
PowerPoint,
That's part of the appeal.
I think that's where I was like, I really want to watch it, but the animation sucks, and I might as well just read it.
It's one of
but-
those you might as well read if you just want to read it because
Yeah.
obviously there's I think which
I see it right there.
We got
It's like
Oh, it's
we
over
got
here.
the apron.
yeah, we got the apron up there.
Oh yeah.
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 So I won't
I
watch
have
it.
the
I think
thanks
I'll
for
bite
the
the
parting
bullets.
gift.
You're welcome.
Things are coming.
I see
You
you
also
grab
have whatever you want.
Oh, okay.
Just don't take the TV.
it. Whenever I want,
TV.
Jake Kill, grab it.
I can just do a camera. I can just take the camera.
Good. But yeah.
Number one. So I was gonna be Mimi and I was gonna say Arcane because that's one of the only anime things I
When
watched.
you put it on there, I'm like, you know,
But-
it's good.
I was reminded.
Not a
so
wrong answer.
I know exactly. But so I was reminded of a show. I mean, its animation is not great, and I was really sad that this is the direction they went with the animation. But it's I'm a spider, so what?
The scooter.
That's my number one. That's my number one.
You'll have to come up with
Really?
another.
Okay.
Huh?
I didn't finish it, so
I fucking love this series.
I love this
Okay.
series. I love this.
Like
series.
this is one I religiously read.
It
okay.
makes me want to read it. When they left off, I'm like, I need more.
So when it was announced, I'm like, yeah. And then I saw the animation, I was like, fuck.
The main thing that keeps me going with it, I love the collateral damage she's doing as like a revenge story for her fucking classmates that were so shitty during this whole time. But like, it's not that she's focusing on fucking them over. She's like,
No.
I'm gonna just do my own thing.
It just happens.
And like, oh, I'm gonna fucking this. Bam, there goes the prince's brother just gone. Like, oh, I'm gonna do this little thing. Bam, there goes another dude. It's so fucking good. I love it.
I love the main character so much.
Yeah, I love her. I love her. And her
Okay.
schizophrenia.
You know who I hate? Is it Shun, the hero? Or
Oh yeah,
whatever?
fuck that kid.
Fuck that kid.
That's why I love every fucking thing that goes up bad against them, dude. I just eat that shit up.
You're like, oh, someone.
I
that-
mean-
oh yes.
Because it's like this is like a book when I started. I mean, obviously the premise is ridiculous, right, and all this stuff. Especially, they're just like, we want to do some random isekai thing, but the way like the world is built too, and everything, I love this. I love this. I love the series.
I've been
quite a
told to
bit.
watch. I dropped it by episode 3. I just couldn't get into it, but maybe
It looks bad, but the story's pretty good.
I think that was my
'Cause
issue too.
because Slime was going on at the same time.
okay.
So I'm like, which of these people turned into monster shows do I want to watch?
Yeah.
I have Slime as an honorable mention, but then again, I've been following that
Yeah,
for a
same.
bit too.
That was a good arc.
Oh, I forgot. That's another show I watched because
Yeah.
I've been reading it as well.
Yeah, me too. I want to see this fight.
Yep, exactly.
I said it for the next couple fights. Those would be great.
Shit.
Especially against the
Shh, don't. Don't. We've already spoiled some manga stuff already for some people.
especially against
Very spoiled a little bit to your eternity. I don't know how many people are going to be happy with slime spoilers.
it's a super minor thing.
Sounds good.
Yeah. But I
We didn't name him.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I did feel like when I started the spider, like when I started reading, I'm like, okay, it does have a lot of the generic systems and stuff that is, inherent in the genre and things. And the beginning is a little gimmicky, but as it keeps going, I'm just like, this is so good.
Dude, there was a couple episodes that were just human. I'm like, where's my spider?
Yeah,
Where's my
spider.
And like the way it juxtaposes, like, I mean, it's one of those, the narration is kind of all over the place and you do piece it together
Two
as you
different timelines.
as you read it.
Okay.
And once you realize what's going on, because it throws you red herrings and stuff as it goes, and like the twists it takes with the world and things, you're just like,
And then when you can
Okay.
confirm what specific points happened where, you're like, oh, this was it's so
Okay.
good.
my favorite also when I read is like in one of the afterwards, the writer was like, so I talked to the writer of Bacano and he came over and congratulated me because he liked my work. I was just like,
Crap.
yeah.
Okay, I'll give it a run. Then. I think I'll be another one he'd give a
There's
run
one,
for.
'cause he was trying to like spoil it, right? He's like, who do you think this character is? Or whatever. Like, oh, did the spider evolve into this? I was totally wrong. But like, just the fact that like I was like looking forward to knowing who that spider
Yeah.
was. I was like,
Okay.
oh shit.
Yeah, I'll try that out now.
Yeah.
You just have to get through the bad CG.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's- like so the animation wasn't the thing that bugged me. It was just kind of like I'd rather watch Slime at the moment, and like I don't have time to watch so many damn shows.
It's another isekai.
Yeah, so it's like another
Fuck.
isekai, another person turned to a creature.
Uh-huh.
I'd rather watch Slime, but I think since Slime's done it for a while, I'll pop into that now finally.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if we want to talk about it again
then-
since that's your number
That
one.
was your number one. Yeah.
I was torn between flipping that and Nozaki-kun. I was torn which one was gonna go where, so
Hell
I
yeah. Hell yeah.
had that on my one.
Nice.
Should we just go to my one then?
Yeah.
Odd Taxi.
Oh, thank God.
I was wondering if
Thank
someone
God
was going to
someone
put it
had
there. I never watched it.
Odd
Wow.
Taxi.
Yeah, I don't watch
Oh my
shows.
god.
So I've watched 4 episodes. I watched those 4 episodes because I knew we got
Yeah.
flack on the last time that we didn't watch it. So I'm like, I'll watch 4. At least I can give it an honorable mention.
Oh, Odd Taxi,
Thank
man.
God.
That was such a good show. I want it on Blu-ray so bad.
So-
They've been doing a Kickstarter for Japan only. I've been tempted.
Oh, we have our friend Paul. Do you remember the guy that plays
Yeah,
Pokemon?
yeah.
He lives in Japan at the moment. If you want, I could give you his
Well, the problem-
information. But like, you could still get the connection to get the pre-order and send it to his place, and then from him to you is just a lot
Yeah.
quicker of an
The,
interaction.
the problem is, it's just like it'll just still be in Japanese, and there probably won't be subtitles for it.
No.
And then,
Probably
and then
not.
I can't play it on a Blu-ray player here, so just be like,
It's your showpiece. You put it up.
well,
right?
the PlayStation
nice.
can play him, right?
Huh?
I think the PlayStation can play him.
oh yeah, I could get a PlayStation. Okay, yeah.
Well, you don't have a PS4? You get a PS4?
PS4s are everywhere.
I guess I could get PS4.
My
Like
PS2
200
at a pawn shop.
Yeah,
There you
dude.
go. It's not like
God.
I gave
$200.
mine away.
Damn, you gave away your
Oh my God.
Japanese player.
But yeah, like Odd Taxi, man. Ugh.
So I will say,
Go
I'm
ahead.
very surprised this show is so highly rated by the community.
Yeah.
Because I think it's an amazing show, but it's not just a basic I beat people up show, which
It's
is
not a
what
show. It's
everyone
not.
likes.
And the art style too. It's just, and the payout at the end where they kind of explain more of why everything is how it is. It's just like,
Oh.
it's so good. It's just like, it's not just because the art needs to look cute or whatnot.
Yeah.
They have a meaning behind it, which is that blew my mind when that kind of thing happened.
The story's actually
The story, like almost every thread of the stories I liked of every character.
It takes advantage of its medium.
Yes, it's just such. There's so much good things about it, where it's not just focused on the taxi driver, but the world around him and how these different threads are connecting to it, and it's just such a good show. Please, every anime community, like AniTuber, has been talking about it,
good. Of course.
and I just normally I'm like,
I hate that coinage.
I know.
I know, but it's like this one's just such a good. It's too good.
It feels
It's
like
too good.
taking a chunk out of molasses.
Any
tuber.
I'm an AniTuber.
It's up there with like influencer.
Yeah.
I'm an influencer AniTuber.
You can be both. Ooh, just what no one.
It's
I'm
in
an
that same.
No,
VTuber.
a VTuber, yeah. VTubers are cute though, so. AniTubers
Some
are not.
VTubers, dude.
Yeah, you want to start something?
That's something I've been watching. I've been watching.
Same.
Yeah, of course. I'm
all
lonely
of
as
us.
fuck.
It's all of us
Everyone
but him.
watches.
Oh
God.
my god.
There's
I
like
like the Bishoujo girls. They're my favorites.
there's been so many good shows. Like we didn't talk about ReZero.
Ah.
That came
I read
out.
that one.
I enjoyed it.
Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid came
That
out.
one-
I didn't
I
see it.
actually did watch that one.
That
Didn't see
was
it.
really
Good show.
good. Kaisen, Jujutsu Kaisen.
He hates
Oh,
music.
okay.
I heard
No,
it was
You
good.
don't like
I,
it?
no, I don't mind it. I just hated that it won Anime of the Year
With
last
a-
year
with 4 episodes.
Like 4 episodes.
I know, but like
I'm
this,
so pissed
but
off
this
about
like
that.
it's finished up
No,
this season, this
two,
year.
Season 1/2, 2, whatever.
Yeah,
it's
like
good.
episode 14 through 24.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Like we didn't mention any of those shows, so I
pretty
don't
solid
want
show
you
then.
guys to get flamed. So
Or
Well, you clearly do. You fucking brought some heat earlier, you
I'm
son of a
just
bitch.
saying.
We're gonna get
Or,
flamed no matter
I'm
what.
just trying to say, hey, here's these
the other elephant in the room, the Attack on
oh yeah,
Titan.
Attack on Titan. Yeah,
Ah,
Oh, I had that as my worst 4.
yeah.
I
was
probably would have put that there too.
I didn't watch it.
There we go. Let's bring on the flame.
Look,
Top 4.
I liked it, but I
Don't
hate.
worry, it's gonna
It's
I-
okay, dude. We can like shit. It's cool.
I hate that it was just like the art style and the animation. Just
Dude, the art doesn't bother me. What bothers me is the shitty writing. The shitty
I
writing
like the
is
writing.
so.
I'm
Okay, dude. How the fuck you gonna justify the writing?
I like the writing.
This shit, the only way it grows
Okay,
the characters
okay,
by
okay.
introducing someone that died that same episode,
Okay,
dude.
what I'm saying is, I like it right now. I want to finish it. Then I can say I need to see the full picture before I can be like.
Because I think they're gonna finish
It's-
it next season.
You
Yeah,
read
next
it, didn't
season.
you?
I did.
Yeah,
I
I've
read
read
it,
it.
dude.
It
Look,
stays shitty.
Look, I just need to see what happens.
Okay. All right.
But
It's pretty cool what happens, but I was just
Yeah.
like I had a bad taste in my mouth at the end.
there's just so many shows I have on my list. I'm just like,
Yeah. It's just
Roll
garbage
Trigger.
anime.
Roll
I've
Trigger's
never
really
read
good.
it.
I have it down
Yeah.
there with Sayo. It's
Oh,
like
Roll
shit
Trigger's
too.
so good.
Shit.
That was going to be one of my meme
Also have it
answers.
down there with Worlds in Harem. I was reading that one. And
Oh, okay.
I want to watch that one. It comes out
Don't.
in January.
Don't.
Dome is bad.
It's shit.
Is it?
Damn.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's very fucking.
I thought you
Like-
even started that because you've
It's-
been
No,
talking
it
about
hasn't
that.
come out yet.
Oh, hasn't
Delay-
come out?
They got
they
delayed.
moved it. Yeah, it got
Like,
delayed.
Oh.
the manga's been out for it.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it has a light novel. I've only been reading the manga. I've read
think
maybe
it's only the manga.
60-ish chapters of 50-ish.
Fuck.
Dude, fucking.
Just stupid.
It's such a waste of time. It's an actual waste of time.
Horimiya, also my top 4.
That one is good.
That was good.
That was good.
No, I
Like, I know you and I have only been reading that for years, but like, it was
Like, there's
good.
no argument. It's like, yeah.
I was like,
It was good.
Years, like, oh my god, it's coming out.
I have the Love is War OVA on here too for some reason as an
haven't
honorable
seen season
mention.
2.
No, just the OVA.
I felt that with Kaguya too, because Kaguya is one I've read or been reading, and then when that was announced, I was like, oh yeah, nice.
So many season 2s I didn't get to catch up on.
The
Komi can't communicate too. That's still.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I've caught
I've
up.
been reading it. I don't want to
Yeah.
watch it.
It's
The problem is like I'm waiting for it to finish because the Netflix subs suck. So I'm waiting for all the fan subs to finish up.
I just
to
watch
watch
online
it.
anime.
it's probably better. If
Yeah.
I'm watching on Netflix. I'm like,
I did see
What?
a clip though because again I was reading a bit of it. But like a clip where they're like at the sports rally and she like.
Yeah, I saw that clip too.
It's
You're like,
so
"Ah!"
cute.
No.
It's such a cute.
Oh.
movie.
it would have been probably somewhere on my list this year, but I'm just like, oh, it's just she's so wholesome.
Event Course Demon Slayer, the best train arc, the best arc in Shonen
I
history.
can't wait to catch up on the new
I
part.
don't know, man. The Shaman King one, I've been loving it.
Oh, I forgot
Oh,
about
you
that
have?
show
I,
too.
I was hesitant about it because the Digimon one also came out, right? But before the Digimon reboot came out,
came
there was
out.
the
That's out
Digimon
too.
finale that came with Tree or Tri.
Oh,
or
yeah,
however you-
yeah,
yeah,
That was
yeah.
hot garbage.
It was so
hot garbage.
shitty,
Dude,
dude.
I as a fan was white knuckling the whole time. Like, you made me wait for
It was
it.
the movie, right?
Yeah.
It was a movie turned series. So like they had a movie for the first part of it. The rest of it was just a series.
Oh yeah, okay.
Wow.
So like, fuck, how they treated our boy Ty like that, dude? I'm so mad.
They did him
They
dirty.
dirty.
They did
They
him
did him
dirty.
I hate
Tokyo
this shit.
Revengers too. That's another show.
Fuck that show.
Yeah. No. I say fuck that
Oh,
show
okay.
too.
I
No,
think that's Cam's worst show of the year.
no, that
It's
was
real bad.
That was really. That's like my so bad is a good show. It's like girlfriend levels.
Oof.
I just thought
That
that's like
one
one of the
brain cell
people's
levels.
top shows. Like on my, if you look on my anime, it's like
It's
an
like
8,
8.
and
It's
I'm
so
like,
high, it's like,
and I'm like,
what?
how is this thing an 8?
It gets so like the PR for that show is really good. I
Yeah,
guess.
it has
but,
like hype opening and everything, but hey, it's a good song. I like it.
Ooh, man.
I'm just reading out everything that just came out because I just don't want you. I just want to be like, oh wait, that show came out. Oh, that show came out. That show came out.
That don't matter.
Flame us.
We're gonna get flamed.
Flame
anyway.
us.
We did top 3, not top 10. There's so many
Top
shows.
30. I started working on a list, and I tweeted
But
that.
top 30 was it for the? It's for all.
Where's
time,
Kogi
right?
is at? Oh, we're gonna do a top 30.
We're gonna do top 30. Yeah.
Code Geass is top 10. I'll say that.
Oh, okay.
I think we're gonna do
Hell
top
yeah.
30.
I have it like
all of
20s.
us.
Yeah,
I haven't finished it.
Well, he knows that.
Uh,
He watched the podcast.
I forgot. I forgot you didn't finish it.
I just like my tweet where it's like, what did I put on top of
Kaijo.
Kaiju over Attack on Titan?
It's like,
Put anything over Attack on Titan, dude. Fine.
at this point,
I'll
I
take
agree.
is it Banana Cat?
Oh,
Oh God.
it's God tier though.
Yeah, that's it, too.
Fuck yeah.
But, wait. I got a special guest.
Okay.
My mom. She gave me a top 3.
Not.
Oh, you're gonna call her right now?
No. I got
It's a text.
She's been here the whole time.
Yeah, she comes out from that trap right there, or over the closet.
But for her, it was nice. I just did from what she watched this year. So she put Japan Sings, which I thought was interesting.
Oh, the Masaki Yusa one.
She did,
his
uh,
weakest one.
Yeah, I need to watch that.
Reincarnated or as a slime.
Okay.
The podcaster.
That's Slime shit's good.
And then
No one
she-
watches this.
Yeah,
No,
so-
you're right. You're
Not
right.
at all.
and then
no.
she actually did Arcane as number 1 of the year.
Let's go.
I'm like, good job, mom.
She has good taste.
Watch our Arcane episode after this one, whenever it comes out.
I was just sitting here. I wanted to chime in so badly. I'm
I
such
figured-
I'm
I figured
such
just to start
I'm
saying stuff,
such
I'm
a
like-
league fan. I've been to like the World Championships a couple of times.
I've
like-
been to the finals a couple of
Yeah, I've
times.
been I've been to this most recent one and not most recent one. 2016 when they had the Staples Center. Were you at that one too?
No.
Oh, I was
I
like,
was thinking about it, but like I was like said not to. I did go to the LCS finals that they had for spring when they were in Vegas
Oh, I went to that too. No, I went to that also with TSM and CLG and
Shit.
TL versus.
Yeah.
It's
someone
it's
in
funny because
Worlds.
we can see you in the corner and be like,
I'm just like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
just
it's
I'm
like-
such. Because I've been playing the game for like 10 years now, and hard stuck.
If I knew you were coming at that exact time,
Oh
like, we
no,
would've set
no,
up the mic
no,
for
you're
you.
good. No, I was just like.
I just shout it out. It would be like, like in podcast.
Yeah.
But
Shout
for real,
from
to
the mic.
reiterate, you should watch Arcane.
Watch
Even if you
Arcane.
don't know
Watch
anything about it,
Yeah,
you should
no,
watch it.
Arcane. Like my sister, who knows nothing about League of Legends, texted me like one night, being like, "Oh, we just started watching. It's really good." I'm like, "What?"
Yeah,
understatement of the year.
I was just like, yeah, I was
I
like,
know,
what
but
the
yeah.
heck? Why are you?
I told my
Okay.
dad about it, and he doesn't watch much anime or anything else. And I
Yeah.
told him about it. It's like, there's a Netflix show, it's animated and whatever else. He starts looking at it. So he's like the little vignette that happens, and it's like, okay, yeah, I'll watch it. I
Yeah.
see him click on add to watch list, and then just
Yeah.
getting content. I'm gonna hit him up tomorrow and see
Yeah.
what he's up.
That's why I was surprised. I told my mom, just watch it. He's
It's
like,
really good.
oh, okay, I'll watch it at some point. I'm like, no, you gotta watch it now.
Do it now.
Immediately.
Oh, but because I forgot to throw in these hot takes in the last one. Silco's best dad. Jinx did nothing wrong.
I can
Jesus
fix
piece of
her.
shit.
Jinx did nothing wrong.
Jinx did nothing wrong.
There's nothing wrong.
No.
No handshake on that.
Thank you for watching. Well, we're your top ones of the year.
Tell us your top 3 and bottom 3. Hopefully 86 is somewhere in there.
Flame us. I don't fucking
Or
care.
Demon Slayer.
Again, I don't condone a lot of their actions. I'm just a guest. I'm just a
I'm a guest too, but I condone actions.
degenerates. Degenerates.
Hey, the
Thank
more
you.
you talk, the more it helps us. I don't care.
Peace. Deuces.
Oh.